Hey guys, we are heading home. Just left Walmart and hit Sam's Club right before that, filled a couple carts. We're gonna go home. Our employee will be coming to the house, so he's gonna get stuff listed. He's got lots of work to do between today and Monday. We had a lot of wholesale stuff come in, so he's gonna be busy, and it's building bundles and wrapping clothes and poly bags, all of his favorite things. He's gonna be excited. So we're heading home. We thought we'd do a quick little Periscope. Catch is, if you do a hashtag catch, then it will capture your Periscope so that you can replay it on YouTube or do other things with it. Periscope sometimes doesn't save to my phone. I don't know why. So that's what the hashtag catch is. You can go to, I think, catch.com or catch.me or something like that. So there's all of our stuff. Lots of good stuff. Well, we thought we might do a quick little Q&A, talk about sourcing, RA, wholesale, whatever you guys want to talk about. How'd everyone's year go? Everyone have a good 2015? Closing sales strong. We did hit $1 million in sales on Amazon, so we were pretty excited. At Walmart and Sam's Club, what's your average ROI? I guess anywhere from 30, 40, 50%, somewhere in that.
Yeah, Sam's Club's going to be different than Walmart, and it always depends on the time of year. I don't know that we are strategic enough or analytical enough to have yearly, averages on our ROI, so it all depends on the item.
And we do try to aim for 50%. That way when you factor out all of your other expenses, employees, shipping, bagging, all that good stuff, our goal is to end up around 30%. But sometimes the deal just looks good. It's going to flip fast. You can make a couple bucks, and so we'll sometimes pull the trigger impulsively. Bundle mostly toys only. We do bundles in the grocery category. We have some bundles in toys. So for example, we sell a plush stuffed animal, and Amazon is on every single listing, but they're not on the listing that has all of the characters. So if you're thinking about doing a toy bundle, then maybe what you want to do is look at a licensed series and bundle all of the items together for that series, all of the characters, rather than try and compete with Amazon and not make any money. Suggestions for Q1. So it's so cliche, but think about what is selling now and what's going to be selling. So what's coming up? Valentine's Day is obviously the next one. But you're getting a little bit too close. You're getting a little bit close, so you need to really get out. If you're going to do Valentine's Day, your stuff's got to be in there by end of January so that all your prime buyers can get it. So maybe you want to start thinking towards Easter. You might want to start sourcing for warmer weather, vacation weather. People are going to start buying flip-flops over boots. They're going to start buying shorts over sweatpants. So start looking at that stuff. Sell replenishable items, so consumable things that people eat, they put on their face, they put on their skin.
And be looking at, okay, for instance, Sam's Club already has pools out and pool rafts out and lounge chairs, and we're nowhere close to swim season. But what that means is heaters and heated blankets and boots and coats and all that stuff is going to be on clearance everywhere very soon. Some of it already is, and let's be honest, for a lot of us, winter just started a few weeks ago, and I don't think it's going anywhere. Who knows? It could warm up in February. I doubt it. So you've got a good opportunity on your hands to buy winter items on clearance that are going to continue to sell for the next couple of months.
And some of those winter items are going to be hard to find come February. It's going to be harder to find heaters and heated blankets and all the other stuff because they're making room for swimsuits, right? No, we're not in Colorado. We are actually in rural Ohio. Temperatures are up into the 40s today, so that's not too bad. They were down in the teens and 20s a couple days ago. We just had our first real snow this week, had a couple snow days, so that was a nice little break. We like snow days. We like having the kids stay home and not have to rush out the door in the morning. Other advice for Q1. Yeah, it really is just try and think about what you're buying. Oh, sorry, that question went by. Don't you get tired of all the RA? Lots of winter in Colorado, it's 20 there. Do we get tired of RA? Yeah, I think Mike's a little bit burnt out, and that's why he's wanting to get more into wholesale and away from the RA. It is wear and tear on a vehicle, it's wear and tear on a body. It's long days.
Explain what today's RA adventure was, though. I mean, Well,
all right, today was drop our son off at his sitter, and we had to pick up some boxes because we ran out of small. We didn't plan ahead to have them delivered, so we had to pick up some small boxes, and he dropped me off at Sam's Club. I sourced some Carter's pajamas at Sam's Club, and then we hit Walmart. Now we're heading home. What's the best way to grow my business from 50,000 to 100,000? Simply buy more. Well, yeah, add a person. If you can get a person doing your listing and shipping for you so that you're only doing sourcing, that's gonna get you to that next level. So 50,000 to 100,000 in a year, very doable with a one-person show. I would recommend trying to find some of your best go through your SKU list, go through your business reports, look at what your top sellers were, see if some of those are still profitable. Maybe there are some replenishables that you have forgotten about. The easiest way the most predictable way to get to that level is going to be predictable inventory, and that comes from replens. Getting into sourcing lists, paid groups, hiring VAs to do your sourcing. It really is going to come down to sending in twice the inventory that you already are. And if you're working part-time and you don't have the hours to dedicate, then you're going to have to outsource it. So anytime someone's talking about growing, you always have to ask the question, who's going to source the inventory? Who's going to touch all of that inventory that's coming in? Because if it's just you, then you're going to plateau. Do you double ROI on clothing or accept less? We'll accept less. We don't go for 100% ROI. I'd love if all of our stuff had 100% ROI, but that just isn't realistic for the type of business we do. When it comes to clothing, say it's a $6 item and I can make $3 and we'll sell quite a few over the course of a month, I'll throw it in a poly bag. Well, Kyle will throw it in a poly bag and ship it off. 50% is kind of what we aim for. That way, by the time everything sells out, if we're down around 20 or even 10%, we've at least averaged in that 30 to 50 range. That is our goal. What else? Getting more into wholesale. The wholesale formula just launched, I think, yesterday. How long to teach someone smart how to list? It really doesn't take much time. You'll be surprised. We taught Kyle how to list. I mean, give it a couple of weeks of consistent effort and training and tweaking. We use a price holder, or placeholder price is not price holder, a placeholder price. So when Kyle lists things, we don't have him making pricing decisions. He just prices at $9.99.99, and Mike goes through with our repricer and with Inventory Lab open, looking at what we paid, and starts pricing things as it gets checked in. But you don't want your employee making your pricing decisions for you. So if you don't ever sell anything over $100, have your placeholder be $99.99. But I would factor in at least a couple weeks of good training, and then you'll probably feel pretty good. What do you think about the new storage fees? There's nothing we can do about them. So factor in that fees go up. They go up every year. That's a given. It's always going to happen. So don't dwell on it. Don't run away from Amazon. But you have to factor it in. And some of those fees are going to be a lot higher. Do you clear out a little? I'm sorry, I don't know what that question means.
Do you clear out a little?
I don't have any replens. Are they mostly grocery? I can't wrap my head around it. Kids category. Do we clear out a little inventory? Replens can be grocery. A replen doesn't have to be a consumable item. So I guess there's two types of replens. There's the replenishable item that people consume. So your health and beauty, things that people eat, things that people, oh, my hair is like doing some crazy things. Things that people put on their skin, things that they use up. So there's those replens. But then there are other replens that you just keep selling them. So maybe it's curtains, maybe it's towels, whatever it might be. These are items that you sell to different people every month. So it doesn't have to be grocery. It's just something that you can continue buying, and it doesn't have to be wholesale. I mean, we have a lot of retail replens. They're boring things. So you're not gonna find replens that are super exciting, sexy stuff. You know, you're not gonna be replenning GoPro cameras. It's just not likely. Our replens are solid color sheets and curtains and towels, and we used to do a lot of shower curtains. So replens can be in any category. It's just things that you can pick up consistently for around the same price, that sell consistently for around the same price, and that are predictable. Did you get stuck with a lot of Q4 toys from Black Friday? No, we did not. We did not go out on Black Friday and buy a bunch of deals. We did not get stuck with anything really. I mean, yeah, we had some junk inventory in my mastermind. In our mastermind, I think I said it was the graveyard of bad buys. So there was a lot of junk that it didn't matter how low the price went. Clothing that I bought early on, not understanding ranks and variations and how that all worked. How do you decide how deep to go on items from Walmart? I'm thinking race to the bottom happens fast. You'd be surprised. And it really depends on the item. If it's the new hot toy and there's 100 sellers, yeah, the race to the bottom can happen. A lot of our stuff that we're picking up at Walmart might have 5 sellers. And yeah, the price fluctuates, but we'll race to the bottom right with you and sell out. So we're not going to sit and hold. It's not our business model to tie up capital. But yeah, the hotter the item, the quicker the race to the bottom. And everyone calls it the race to the bottom. Really, it's just supply and demand matching each other. It's an equalization. Things aren't supposed to be way overpriced. Do you use any specific research software? We use Jungle Scout. I use Jungle Scout religiously at this point to figure out how deep to go, especially on wholesale items where there's no limit to what you can buy. When we're just outsourcing, we're using Inventory Lab. We're also using Profit Bandit. And the Amazon Seller app's great. OA X-Ray, I use that for online sourcing. I think while it's not perfect, and it never will be, there's nothing they can do to make it perfect because UPCs don't always match. I think it is a pretty quality software, and they're constantly updating it and adding stores. So that's one of my favorites. But hey guys, we are about to head onto our actual road, and there's a nice, great big dead spot where all signals are lost. So we're gonna check out, and we'll talk to y'all later. Bye.